good afternoon, good evening, good morning. Once again, new series for us here, the Midwest Days of Thunder Cup Series. Well, good afternoon, good evening, good morning. Rockingham 150 brought to you by Jinx Shifters. Well, good afternoon, good evening, good morning. Jason over here, Signature Esports.
Hello, and welcome to sunny Miami, Florida, which not going to be sunny for long as it's going to turn into nighttime here in the season finale for the Midwest Days of Thunder Cup Series with the Ram Designs 225. After this, it's playoff time, baby, and man, do we have some stuff to go over with you guys for that in a little bit, but just to get us started, I'm Alan Brown, and in the booth, as always, I got Mr. Alan English with me here tonight. And Alan, how you feeling?
Great, Alan. I'm really looking forward to this. Tonight's going to be exciting. It's going to set our playoff field. We got a couple of drivers that are close. They can win and get in, so we'll talk about that more as the race goes on. But we're watching qualifying right now, and this is a fun track to watch.
And down there on pit road, as always, we got Mr. Adam Turner. Adam, how you doing tonight, man? This is it. Regular season over after this.
Yeah, time to get to the playoffs, man. And we're going to talk about all that cool stuff that's coming up. But track temp is only 79 degrees. It's very humid out here, though. As per South Florida, 80% fuel, no fast repairs. Ram Designs 225. This track is a little bit technical in my opinion because there's no tri-oval. It kind of, it's just different from a lot of the mile and a half. So I think we're going to see a little bit of slipping and sliding, but the cooler temps definitely are going to help out here.
That is for sure. Let's take a look at our race info while these drivers go around and set up for their qualifying times and see where they're gonna go out there in grid. Probably the most tricky mile and a half these guys drive around here. It's got a couple different lines you can run as well. There's really no tri-oval. Both corners are pretty close to being the same, so it's a little bit more banked version of Martinsville, you could kind of say. And as we said, temperatures coming down and nice, cloudy. It's gonna be a great night for racing, and that's gonna bring us to the key to the race here, and it's gonna be tires. You gotta manage those things.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the banking on this track is not very steep. They're going to be running pretty fast here. It's an abrasive surface. These guys are going to be screaming for tires for too long. But the lights are on, and as he was saying about the track temp, that's going to provide a little bit more grip for these guys as opposed to one run in the middle of the day.
Yeah, I mean, it is South Florida. It's still a swamp, but, this will be, I think, a little quicker race. They're going to run better times, and it's going to help them from sliding into that wall when they start losing grip. I think they're going to tend to kind of in the corner just push right into that wall. I don't know what y'all's opinion is about that, but That tends to happen when you start running out of tires of a track like this. Really cool paint schemes out here tonight. As usual, Midwest Days of Thunder. Ram Designs 225. What's the deal with Ram Designs, y'all?
Ram Designs, they just celebrated their 9th anniversary. They've been painting sim cars for that long. Not just painting sim cars, but if you need a logo for your business or your race team or whatever, they can help you out. Ram Designs, they're on Facebook. Check them out.
As our drivers slowly start to finish up qualifying here, looks like Justin Malarkey is still kind of putting in some time here, and while he's doing that, let us tell you guys what that standing situation does look like. Excuse me as my computer tries to load this magnificent piece of information for us. So, speaking of which, Justin Malarkey currently sitting there in that number 1 spot, and by the looks of it, he is going to walk away the regular season winner. So, congratulations there, Justin. You're definitely going off into those playoffs, all ready to go, and especially starting up front there is going to help. You also got Eric Fiorello making it in, Manny Valdez, Joe Nidick, Pete Van Sprundle, John Nidick, Mike Simone, Taver Mowry, Greg Klein, Tony Fry, Matt Forns. Let's see, is that Derek Schimmel? It is. Stephen McComas, Justin Barkley, and Michael Pimper are all 100% locked in. You also have Michael Buckley. He's currently in, but he's on that bubble spot with Alan Dixon needing a win to get in and Corey Wakefield needing a win to get in. So that's kind of the race you guys are going to want to watch here tonight, is how well can Alan and Corey do, as they do need that win to make it.
Yeah, qualifying's over. Looks like we're gridding up, getting ready to roll these things, and man, I love this track to finish a regular season. You know, it's a fun race to watch.
That it is, as like you said, these cars do start to grid up. Let's tell you where these guys are gonna start at. Manny Valdez winning pole position here once again, bringing in that fastest chicken in the South machine. Off to a great start, with Tony Fry having a great qualifying lap there as well. He's going to be starting P2 on that outside. The 8 of John Nidick is going to be starting here in 3rd. Justin Malarkey in 4th. William Brown is going to be starting here in 5th, with Taver Mowry starting 6th. 7th, we got Joe Nidick in that 24. In 8th, we'll have Justin Barkley. In 9th, one of the ones to watch, Alan Dixon. And rounding out that top 10, Michael Buckley.
21 of Michael Pimper roll off 11th. The 80 of Sneaky Pete Van Sprundle in 12th. 16 of Corey Wakefield, one of the guys you mentioned there, needs a win tonight to get into the playoffs. He'll start 13th. Red Stick Michael Simone in that 27 North-South machine in 14th. The 70 of Stephen McComas 15th. The 10 Rainier Beer Vitamin R. Matt Forn starts 16th, and Derek Schimmel starting in the back of that 96 Angry Idiot machine.
Yeah, I got a prediction. Red Stick Mike in the 27 car, he's going to plow through everybody, and then he's going to run out of tires. So I don't know. I've seen him do that a couple times, but he's always fun to watch. I'm looking forward to seeing him and everybody else out here.
It looks like Taver Maurer is going to have an interesting start strategy here today. He's going to be starting from the pits. He might have went to the bathroom. Might have went to a packet loss.
Yeah, he just reconnected. So
okay. So hopefully he's not going to lose too many laps here, as a pace car is leading this field right on around. And man, it's like you said, I couldn't think of a better track to finish up the regular season at. I mean, I'm always used to, as a pace car. Man, that was quick coming down pit road. So we got Manny Valdez taking this green flag, and off we go. down into turn number 1, all too wide and up. You got that 64 sticking kind of up there with Manny on that outside, but now that we're kind of slowly getting out of the corner, and you can just see how close these guys are getting up near that wall, he's able to start to drift away just a little bit.
Chicken Man up there in that Zaxby's machine, it's painted like the old Chicken Pit Special. Y'all remember from Stroker Race? It's kind of, it looks like a throwback to it.
Stroker Race was born to race, and a lot of these guys I think might have been too, especially Manny. But what about cold tires here as the first 2 laps, come along here?
And you said it during, our little pre-race thing about this being a technical track. So these guys recognize that. These are the top-tier drivers in MDOT. This is the Cup Series. These guys have worked their way up. Dixie got really loose there on the apron, but they're going to give each other room. They're going to give these tires a chance to warm up before they start trying anything, crazy, start passing each other and stuff, I think.
That's what it looks like, as we do have 150 laps of racing here tonight, which is where you get that 225 miles, a mile and a half. And that's a long way to go here at this track. I know after 60 laps, I'm done. As Derek Schimmel there now getting loose, and he's just hooking it, and we're gonna stay green here because the field was able to get by him. He's gonna have some problems starting to get back rolling here.
There comes the caution now. Red Stick Mike had a little trouble coming out of 4 as well. I guess it's a little slippery at the beginning here.
Derek's tore up. There's no fast repairs in the Cup Series, as you know, and they're going to have to beat some of that damage out of that car.
Oh, man, he is, yeah.
Yeah, he's probably angry right now, too.
He was just straight loose coming off of that corner. He did all he could to keep it from going all the way into pit lane, basically, but unfortunately with that correction, it sent him right back up into the wall and brings out the first caution of the night.
We heard him on the radio apologizing to Pete Van Sprundle, and Derek wasn't angry there. He just accepted responsibility there.
No, it was definitely just an issue with him. But Sneaky Pete looked like he avoided most of that contact, and that's why he's got that name. He's sneaky like a cat. Just kind of got around him.
He's got 9 lives for sure.
He does. So, well, Derek, hopefully get back in there and keep getting after it. Derek's in the playoffs, so I don't really think it matters.
Man, he's going to do his fake out thing here.
Yeah, that's what he does. Chicken Man. He's trying to play chicken with the barricade there. Whatever. Go ahead,
48 was not fooled.
No, but I don't know if he was fooled because he's got that live spotter. But Justin Malarkey and everybody behind Corey Wakefield in 7th all decided to come down pit road to maybe
why not
top up on them tires. They're free.
I don't think that's a bad decision where they're at.
No,
in 8th, they're all gonna come out in the same basic spot. You might lose 1 or 2,
and they'll have fresher tires before our next pit stop.
Yeah,
have to make some track position on these guys that stayed out.
Yeah,
see, that's why I love stuff, just tracks like this, because you get a caution early like this, and all of a sudden we got 2 or 3 different strategies going on this early.
Right.
We'll see how it pans out.
Well, what's crazy with Derek, he doesn't have any angry idiot teammates here. I guess both of them unavailable tonight, and so he's out there on his own trying to figure out his own strategy. He may have a spotter himself in Alan Coons, angry idiot team.
All right, come on, Adam. Go down there. I'm sure they got a spare car for you. Go help them out.
Well, I can go down there if you guys want to get rid of me. I'm down. I just jump in the car and help Derek out.
I want to go fast.
I know, I really do. I just can't.
Well, the thing with Derek's team is, with one car running tonight, they take the top 2 finishers from each team for team points.
Right.
He's going to be missing out on a whole car's worth of points.
Yeah, that's going to hurt.
Nice, so.
Didn't even think about that. That's definitely going to hurt. And the team concept here at Midwest Days of Thunder, super cool progressive league. We talk about it every week. ARCA, next year truck, Xfinity, then Cup. You know, you kind of work your way up. You have to earn respect here. Respect is not given.
That's right.
So, really cool league. Tabor Mowry puts it on with all the administration people. And they're doing it. They're doing it right here. That's for sure.
That is for sure. The lights on that pace car are off, so that means we're going to be going to the green flag the next time it crosses that line. And Manny Valdez still sticking it out up there in front with Tony Fry on the outside. William Brown had a great start there. He's jumped up into third. John Neidick just sliding down a spot there, going to be starting fourth with Justin Barkley also up quite a few. Same thing with Michael Pimpere up quite a lot.
Pimp and the mac and cheese man together.
All right, so take number 2 at the start here, and away we go down and off, running into turn number 1. Once again, Manny Valdez kind of leading this thing off on that inside. I think the inside's kind of preferred on the restart here. Getting a pretty good push from that 48 of William Brown. He's got a couple wins on the season already, too. So William Brown is not a name you want to forget about either, as Tony Fry looking to go down and use that bottom line to his advantage. He's going to be able to take that spot back away from the 48, and he's trying to get back up to the wall, but he's not quite able to do so.
Not able to clear him there.
Yeah, I think he might have pushed it just a little much. We'll see if he does it here again. You know,
16.
running that low, it's going to start. See how he's drifting up the track? I mean, that's tough stuff right there.
16 got a little loose. We talked about him. He's one of those guys that needs a win tonight. Tire's a little bit cold still, I guess. Tried to go around on him, but held on to it.
Well, he just needs to stay in, close to the top 5 and figure out a way to make his way to the front near the end,
Stay clean, too,
For sure.
So, yeah, Tony Fry really trying to make that inside line work. I think it works in 1 and 2, but not so much in 3 and 4. I think 3 and 4, the outside is looking a little better. As you guys can see, they're running all the way up next to the wall. And, man, this is, I think, the first time I've ever seen that in iRacing, that you've been actually able to do that, and it really works.
Do you think it has anything to do with the track temp here right now? I'm not sure. I've never seen that before here as well. So, but Tony's sticking to that bottom line, and everybody's sticking to their guns up front there.
Still a lot of pink on cars in tonight's race, and that's because October is breast cancer awareness month. So the North-South guys running some pretty cool pink schemes and pink banners on their windshields, and a few other cars as well, not just the North-South guys, but got a few other cars out there got some pink accents and pink numbers, and really good to see the guys pitching in and helping raise awareness.
Yeah, well, one of them that's not doesn't have a pink car. He's got an orange car. Tabor Mowry is just plowing through the field after starting in the pits back there, man. He's up to 10, so I don't know what's going on with him, but he's really running real well so far.
Like a man possessed, didn't he?
Yeah.
As Joe Neidick and Corey Wakefield been having a little bit of a battle here for the last couple laps. This is a battle for 8th, and I mean, if you're Corey, knowing that you need the win, you got to win these little battles here right at the start.
Already see, from these guys running this high line, the outside wall's already got black stripes down it, tire marks all over it. From these guys, a couple of these guys I've seen scrub up against that wall. It's almost like a Darlington type deal. So much black on that wall up there.
Oh, as the pink 21 of Michael Pimpere getting up in there and getting a little bit of weight reduction going on.
Well, I mean, it's going to happen here, but the 7, 8, 9, 10 battle is really, really good. And Pimpere is right in front of him. I think they're going to catch him here if he tore that thing up too much.
Something happened with the 64. He dropped a couple of spots there. Tony Fry was way up there. He just lost a few spots. I don't know what happened there, but looks like he's trying to take that spot back from Mac and Cheese, man. Justin Barkley. He's sticking to that low line again. I'm not sure if if it's burning his tires up. And I don't know what's going on there with the 64.
I don't know, because the 22 was able to cross him right back over, and as they went back down into turns 1 and 2, he lost that spot once again. So
Johnny's coming for him too, it looks like.
You can definitely see that difference in line, and I think Tony's starting to realize it and trying to run a little bit higher now. But man, for running that many laps down low, he's gonna be hurting when everyone else is still doing somewhat okay.
Do you think he's just kind of experimenting, just trying something different, and
I mean, maybe he's just going against the, kind of the common deal. He doesn't want to be one of the sheeple. Maybe, I don't know, but it's not going to help him here if it doesn't work. You got to figure out what works. And Tabor Mowry and Joe Neidick, they just kind of tag teamed and went right past Pimpere, which I think he had, might have missed his lifting point or something. Pimpere's kind of slowed down a little bit.
He may have a little aero damage, I think, from bouncing off the wall.
He could, and, Mr. Maine himself and also his teammate Corey Wakefield are both from Maine, so now they're lined up together. See if they can make something happen here.
Oh, the Maine boys.
So
they got to fight the Ohio boys. That'd be a real wrestling match, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Alan Dixon having a little bit of a problem here, which for him, knowing where he needs to finish, that's not what you want to do. He's currently sitting there in 12th and been kind of moving backwards quite a bit. Looks like he does get some runs on the occasion as he looks to make a move up the inside of the 26 of Michael Buckley right now. And it looks like he will be able to make that one happen. He's now inside of the 16 of Corey Wakefield. And man, that's your three guys that we wanted to watch here.
Oh, yeah. All in the same frame together. How about that? It's like 16. He's going to lose that spot to Alan Dixon. Alan Dixon's still not clear there. Oh, I'm watching the other screen. Sorry.
That's all right.
There's a delay.
Here's the deal. If you watch somebody we hadn't talked about, Blue Angels, 73, Justin Malarkey, doesn't qualify well, but then he starts just ripping through everyone. And
he's great at that.
Yeah, he has a real live spotter, and some teammates. So it just seems to work for him every week. He starts kind of in the back and starts pushing up towards the front. Podium finish would not be out of the norm for him here.
Justin Barkley having a solid night here up at the front. He's currently sitting in third. He's been challenging second on occasion. And you know what? I think it's got to be that mac and cheese paint now that he finally switched back to it.
Yeah. I love that paint, man.
Well, awesome. the other Justin's on his tail, so he better not dip into that mac and cheese just yet, because Justin Malarkey is coming after Justin Barkley. And are they both from Florida? I don't know. Florida man.
Yeah, I think so.
I think so as well.
No, it's Malarkey's from Pennsylvania, I think, isn't it?
Okay. Well, I know.
I can't remember.
Mac and cheese.
As that was really close as the 22 was just sliding up and up and up the track. Thankfully, he did have a little bit of room to the 48, but man, not much at all. So, Justin Barkley, heck of a run here at the start.
Yeah, Barkley's from Florida. Malarkey's from Pennsylvania. That's right. I don't know. But similar names, it gets confusing.
No one's going to hold that against you.
I wouldn't think so.
Now, do that with a couple of the guys that we were talking about earlier from the Pine Tree State, the 16 and the 21. They might fight you.
Oh,
Say they're from Florida.
is that the Pine Tree State?
The
Maine?
Pine Tree State, yeah.
Really? Huh. Learn something every day.
Man, it's the 21. Speaking of it, the 21 just keeps inching his way up into that wall. Man, he's gonna have a nice shiny side there on that right side, just not, bare metal.
Yeah, that's the way it was meant to be anyway. I mean, we're putting the wraps on these things and just spray paint numbers on them. Like they did in the 50s.
Yeah. A big cardboard stencil and just spray paint it on there before.
Yeah.
Don't look now. The 22 of Barkley trying to make a pass for the lead. And it looks like he's going to be able to get that done.
Damn.
He's actually got quite a bit of run on that, but Manny Valdez is going to have the run because he had the high line coming into that corner, so he's able to sneak his way back down and take it back away for a second there. And the 22 is looking to do it right back to him.
Textbook crossover move from both of these guys. Okay, eventually one of them's going to have to take the other one's line away.
Yep, that's you're exactly right.
They can't do this all night.
And because while they're doing that, the 48 of William Brown putting his nose up in there now as well. So William Brown trying to sneak his way past that
Brown
22.
had to get out of it.
And that's
He knew
going to
he wasn't
allow
going to make it.
and that's going to allow Justin Malarkey to enter back into the picture.
Yeah, y'all are watching this. Pete Van Sprundel, 13th, 14th, 15th are really good battles right now. Whenever y'all get a chance to check it out. Matt Fornes is back there, and Steve McComas. Just quite a little. Hey man, that's what the inside the game of racing, insider information back here.
So, yeah, that 22 of Barkley really trying to make that inside work, and once again, not a lot of room to Malarkey. Thankfully, Malarkey is able to maybe give him just a little bit extra inches there, and good lord.
Malarkey tried to pass two cars at once almost there for a second, but
Yeah, it's hard to go look at anybody else racing right now because this stuff up front's a little wild.
Yeah, we got a second here. We can switch back here to watch Pete Van Sprundel and Michael Pimpere, as well as Matt Fornes, all battling it out. This is for a top 11 spot. And man, you know what? That Vitamin R car, that looks pretty sweet in those colors.
oh yeah.
Yeah, it's chromed out. It looks nice.
That is pretty cool. Behind that colorful machine of Pete Van Sprundel and the 80 machine.
Also up here, you got Tony Fry, John Neidick, and Joe Neidick all battling it out as well. And this is for a top 7.
Yeah, there's little four car packs all throughout here, and they're really kind of going after it. Do we have anybody on the FaceTime machine want to tell us a secret or anything cool that's going on? Mr. English, anything happening out there?
Isaac Degner likes the action, saying they're going side by side, and Grumpy Grant Racing's feeling bad for Schimmel after watching what happened to him earlier in the race. A little spin and crash. And Isaac Wilson on YouTube saying, "Hi, Alan." And then Adam Strom, Adam S. right there on YouTube. Appreciate the compliment, man. We enjoy doing it. Thanks for watching. Yeah, man, we appreciate all of our
Almost like you
our
just
viewers out there.
You unmasked someone there.
Yeah. Adam
We have
S.
to go to
Adam-
we got to go to Congress. You can't unmask them like that. A great race down here in the front there, Alan.
That there is, as Justin Malarkey was just trying to make a move up that inside, but man, passing on that inside, especially this late into a run, that's proven very, very difficult. If you're going to make that happen, you got to make it happen early.
Barkley's had such a hell of a run here. Up 5 spots, still sitting in 3rd. Alan Dixon just passed another one. He just passed John Neidick, so he's up a couple spots, sitting there in 7th.
Well, Malarkey's got 5 laps on his tires more fresh than the rest of the guys in the top 5. Do you think that's going to help him a little bit here? Or how's that going to play out?
It may, because, eventually when these lead cars start thinking about pitting, Malarkey can stay out and at least lead a lap or 2. He's going to have a little extra left in the tread department.
As he's looking up that inside once again, and you're just going to just watch the speed differential. Once when they come off the corner, Manny's able to sneak his way right on down. And yeah, Malarkey's getting the lead lap because he crossed the line right in front of Manny, but Manny's going to be able to maybe take that one back. Maybe not. He wasn't able to get the pass done on that straightaway. So Justin Malarkey, new leader.
Impare just came down pit road. See if he drags anybody else down there with him. The 16 of Corey Wakefield, one of your guys to watch tonight, sitting back in 14th still, just can't get anything going for him. Still on the lead lap, but he's one of those guys that needs a win tonight.
Looks like the 24 of Joe Neidick coming down pit road. Oh my lord, that was close. The 27 of Mike Simone just, man, he got tight and ran out of room and had nowhere to go but into the wall to try to avoid Corey there.
Oh man, yeah, he bounced off of it a little bit there. Was able to keep it from hitting the inside wall too, though. So good driving there, Red Stick.
Yeah, I think you can incur a little bit of superficial damage here. It's not going to kill you. You just don't want to have any engine problems, and if you hit the wall too hard, that's what's going to happen.
I lost Manny for a second there. It looks like he's blinking out a little bit. Hopefully he can maintain that connection. What's that trick, Adam?
Oh, you put foil on it, and then you put it near the window.
Yeah. There you go.
As Tony Fry and Taver Mallory side by side rubbing paint as they go through turns 3 and 4 there.
Yeah, I was watching that, Brown. I was so glad you did. It's like they were definitely touching, and they held it. That's good racing. Nobody gave an inch, though.
Oh, that's for sure. And you know what? I think Tony, he can run that inside line like he did there to make passes, but only if that car above him also comes down to kind of like that middle groove. I think that top groove is where it's at tonight.
They must have put some of that sticky stuff down. What do they call that? Some kind of compound. They might have thrown some up there.
PJ strip.
Yeah, maybe it's up there. Because it's definitely, you can tell the difference for sure.
I was going to say JP8, but that's not what that is. That's jet fuel. It's like... John Neidick came in. Red Stick Mike Simone's in.
And Manny Valdez now coming in.
So full stops here for sure. Yeah, I don't think anybody's going to come in and take 2. That'd just be crazy here. I don't think that would do you any service at all. That's a good way to end up smacking the wall coming out of pits in the first lap or 2.
Now you see, it's going to be interesting to watch as the pit cycles kind of move around here and kind of see what each other's strategies are and where they end up. Because, I mean, we still got a battle going on for second and third up here with William Brown and Justin Barkley. Justin Malarkey has kind of gotten away from them a little bit. And
well, like you said, the fresher tires they're kind of coming in handy for him right now. Him and Mowry. Mowry's sitting back in 4th. He's one of those guys that took tires at lap 5. So we're looking at probably a 40-lap window or so where these guys are going to have to come in.
Yeah, but
so that's a good little data point.
Well, at some point, they're going to fall off too, you know. So they're going to have to come down and cycle through, and we'll see how it all shapes out.
So now you got half dozen cars that are no longer on the lead lap. If we do get a caution, some guys are going to get trapped, and they're going to have to rely on some wave arounds and Lucky Dog or two. So keep an eye on the Nidix, 24 and the 8, Joe and John. Kind of fight for that Lucky Dog spot right now. That'll change here when we see a couple more cars pitting in.
Oh yeah, for sure. As looks like Matt Forn's driving around, Michael Pimpere. Both of those guys have done their pit stops already, so look for them to try to make a move and get some time back. It's Tony Fry really hasn't left Taver Mowry once when Taver was able to get back around him, and you can just see here as I believe this is Joe Nidick coming right by Taver, and Tony's like they're not even there.
That's your difference. That's your difference in tires. Look at that. That's 35 lap tires versus brand new tires. Not even close. Barkley's in, the 22. He'll be taking 4 in fuel. A couple of these guys with some long pit stops, they had a little bit of damage, I think. We see Derek Schimmel and McComas and Van Sprundle also.
Taver's coming down.
Taver's coming down, and Tony Fry still out there. He actually he hasn't even pitted the first caution, so he's on really, really old tires here.
Wow, he's really pressing the issue here. He's trying to make a whole fuel run. He's not thinking about splits and where he's going to split this thing. He's just saying, hey, I'm going to try to take care of my crap, take care of my tires, and stay out as long as I can until I run out of fuel and the yellow's out. Mowry just made it into the pits before the caution came out. What happened there?
Is that Red Stick Mike? Red Stick's Mike's showing a lot of, oh my. We're going to have to take a look back at here. And
oh, man.
Coming off of turn number 4, getting loose, and impact into that inside wall. Thankfully,
oh man, that thing's destroyed.
These guys were able to get around him, but whoo, that thing's not looking too good.
The car almost went over, it hit so hard. He's at least able to drive away. That if you look at the damage on that 27 machine, it looks like that should have been a tow situation, but
well, that's a nice consolation prize.
Yeah, that I think in real life that would have been a tow and a trip to the infield care center.
Yeah, Bambulance. Call a Bambulance.
Well, the good part is he's not gonna, he's not gonna get hot out there. There's no hood and front end. It'll be fine.
Now the person this helps out a lot right now is Manny, because Manny did get his lap back under the green flag, so he's going to be able to stay out and maybe take the lead back. But he also was almost, put 10 laps on those tires, and so he's going to come down. So Justin Malarkey really getting a big time luck on that caution.
Your guys that you saw pit right before the caution, a lot of these guys are going to stay out and get some big gains in the track position department.
I think Mike Simone missed his pit box by about 8.
Uh-oh.
Well, he's back. He made it in there.
As we don't really have a race off pit road, it was fairly tame out there.
Yeah, pretty big gap there. Looks like William Brown may pick up a spot coming out of the pits.
William Brown with a very slow pit time, actually. Wonder if he might have scraped the wall and got some damage fixed there.
Okay, I'm sorry. I looked at it wrong. That's my bad. Sorry, folks. Some of this technology is over my head.
Yeah, don't use the Louisiana screen. Use the other one.
The,
Use the USA screen.
yeah, it looks like
Do that.
Schimmel was getting more damage fixed as he was in there for 38 seconds.
Yeah, things car's beat up, but he's gained some spots.
Yeah, he is.
He's up 7, even though he had that pretty much horrific incident earlier.
Check out Wakefield. We just talked about how he couldn't really catch a break when he was riding around in the back. Look where he's at now. Sitting pretty good in 6th. He's one of your must-win guys. And look who's in 3rd.
I was actually just about to say let's
Yeah.
let's get that car in 3rd place up here in the booth right now, Mr. Alan Dixon, who knows he is in a must-win situation to make these playoffs, and man, getting a lucky caution here. I mean, the racing's been looking pretty good. I mean, you've slowly moved your way up, but it definitely looks like tire management is going to be one of the keys here today.
Oh, definitely. I would have liked to had a few more laps before that caution came out based on the strategy I was trying to run. But, worked out well. Got us on up to the top 3 right now. We'll see how well we can hold it.
Well, good luck to you. We talk about you week in and week out as pretty much the most patient guy out there on the track. Tonight might be a little bit different. Might have to pump that aggression up, especially late here in the race.
Yeah, we get down to the last 5 laps, and like Alan said, it's only way in is to win. So, we'll see what happens and what falls out at that point, and then make a decision on what we think we need to do.
All right, well, good luck to you, man. It's about to come up. Get it together, and can't wait to see what happens.
Thanks, Adam. Thanks, Alan and Alan.
Hey, you bet, man.
Man, that was cool. We got to do some little inside
I
the
like
race stuff, like we kind of talked about. But he is very consistent.
Yeah.
And
For sure.
very, very cool, under the pressure right now. Because
He's
I'd be-
cool
yeah.
as ice, man.
I'd be freaking out a little bit, honestly, if it was me. I'd be looking at my rear view because Manny's sitting right behind him.
Takes a lot to get old Dixon stirred up. He is kind of like your ice, man. He's got ice water in his veins for sure.
Well, he is going to be starting up here in the fray right behind the leader, Justin Malarkey, who's going to take us to this green flag as the pace car wheels off down pit road one more time. Going to have Tony Fry going to be starting up there in
huge
second.
Jump.
But what a jump.
Dixon's going with him. He's carrying Manny with him. 64, I don't know. It looks like he had an issue again. They're going around him.
Well, the guys back there, somebody slowed down and there was a little, beating and
80
banging.
and 64. No yellow. The 80 is tore up on the apron. We're staying green, though, as they
I think
stayed
that
out of the race line.
was kind of a spread cautions type of thing right there. But we're not getting a caution. That doesn't make much sense. But the restart, you know what I mean? The guys are getting antsy. And we saw a little bumping and banging there at the beginning of that restart.
We did. And we saw the 64 was a little bit slow to restart, and they split him. He had a car go outside of him and inside of him, and there just wasn't enough room when they went into coming onto the backstretch there.
As Justin Malarkey and Manny Valdez having a little bit of a battle going on up here at the front.
All right.
It looks like Malarkey able to kind of win that one for right now, and Alan Dixon having a solid start to this run here as he's able to stick it out in third. He's got William Brown breathing down his neck though. Same thing with Corey Wakefield.
McComas and the 8 got together. The 8 had the lift, and the 10 flew around them, narrowly missing them. Some good battles all over the track here.
Go ahead there, Brown.
I was just going to say, as you can see, the 10 flying up through on that high line, and he's got a whole bee's nest of action going on behind him. He's got the 64 and the 8 side by side. Got the 24 side by side with the 10. You got Derek Schimmel right in front of this mess as well. So I mean, we got a whole slew of cars up here, all vying for a top 10 and a little bit of extra.
It's getting loose. Man, loose is fast though. Look at how he's able to exit.
Oh, as Derek Schimmel's sliding back through the pack, we're going to be 3 wide here going into turn number 1. Got the 22 and the 24 and the 64 all right there.
The 10 got loose again, and the 24 and the 22 are going to go around him. Matt Fords has a bad loose condition. The last 2 sets of turns, that thing's been sideways.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with him. He's got to work that wheel harder than a real Mrs. Poindexter.
You're right.
Malarkey and Valdez, the fastest chicken in the South, having quite a battle up here, and let them battle it out. And I think William Brown and I think Alan Dixon for sure has a plan.
Well, so if you're Alan Dixon, right, you've been running really good the last few weeks, having some solid finishes, and that's building up your confidence. I mean, we normally see him up near that top 10 or whatever, but we don't normally see him up in like a top 3, top 4 situation. So I think that adrenaline and that focus mode is going here tonight as he's having a great race running right now up in 4th.
Yeah, and he's cool on the outside, but yeah, he said it. He's going to take care of that car, and he's going to about the last few laps. All bets are going to be off, and he's going to be driving like a man possessed, trying to pick this win up because that's the only way he's getting in the playoffs. And
it's a 48 gets loose coming off of turn number 4, so they're going to be 3 wide for the lead as they come across the line here, and Manny Valdez is going to be able to nose out Justin Malarkey.
Wow!
That was a little early for that, wasn't it?
Damn! I tell you what, that was exciting.
It was good, but I can't wait to see that at the end. And I think Alan Dixon, if I'm him, I'm punting everybody in front of me.
Yeah.
Why not?
You have to.
Yeah.
I mean, his season's over if you don't.
Yeah. I
You
agree.
got a full send, man.
I'm looking forward to that.
You got to go. Who was it that said they wrecked their own grandmother just to win a race?
Well, it was one of them Nighting boys, I'm pretty sure. Guys from Ohio, they're pretty, we talk about it. They're a little tough,
Yeah.
But man, you weren't kidding though, Adam. That was some aggressive driving, but at the same time, it was kind of needed on Manny's part as the 48 was loose and slow coming off that corner. So to minimize the loss of time, he kind of had to force the issue there as Corey Wakefield is got a little battle going on with Tony Fry back here for 6th.
Yeah, one of your Pine Tree State natives that needs he's one of the guys on the track right now that needs a win as well. Having a pretty good race so far. Up 6 from where he started. We saw him as far back as 14th, 15th place, and he's hanging in there. The campground, what's the name of that camp? Hemlock Grove Campground or something?
Yep.
That's his family's campground they got up there. So if you're one of the world traveler type people and going up to watch the leaves change or whatever, there's
White bears.
ton of reasons to go up there to me. It's beautiful.
Yeah. Mike Simone is still in the pits. So is Pete Van Sprundle. Oh, it's terrible.
Man, them guys.
Those guys.
I had a feeling about Mike Simone.
Yeah.
Unfortunate from him as the 16 and the 24 have a heck of a battle going on down here.
60.
Oh, yeah. Really good battle.
We also got some trading of positions up here at the front once again. Justin Malarkey still leading this thing around as William Brown slides up into 2nd. He's able to get around Manny. But
16's working.
24, 16 to 24. I don't know if we're going to have a caution there.
The
But
commentator curse.
yeah, no, one of them Nighting boys got into Corey, and wow, no caution.
And Corey's car is
Yeah, he's
smoking. It's
He's
destroyed.
limping.
He's just trying to limp it right back around. He's going to do his best to keep it down there on that apron to not pull out that yellow. And if that's the case, then it's all up to Mr. Dixon to try to get this thing completed for one of these underdogs.
Yeah, and I don't know what happened there. Corey might have just came up on him. And then, the night boys are not going to let off the gas, so...
Well, we may want to wait a while before we try to talk to the 16, I believe.
He's not...
We got a little break in the action right now, so we can go back and watch a replay of that. He was coming off that corner, and ooh, yeah, it's came up to drift. I think his AI probably said cleared, so he came up. Well, what the spotter doesn't tell you is, hey, that 24 is coming up really quick. You might want to stay down low and just...
Yeah, and the 24 is not going to let off the gas. Just saying. He's from Ohio, man. He ain't playing around with that.
Damn, but that's going to put some damage on the 24 as well.
Right, for sure.
He had a long pit stop last time, I think, to get damage fixed, and unfortunately, it looks like next time he comes in, he's going to have to get some more fixed.
And I'm just joking around. I don't know if he had time to lift or not, but that just was one of those racing deals.
The 16 just came up the track so fast, and like you said, he thought he was clear, I'm sure. But yeah, the spotter doesn't tell you, hey, you're clear, but he's coming so fast that, it's going to not end well.
Yeah, both of them thought they were clear. Basically, they're going 160 miles an hour. It looks slow when you're watching it, but when you're in the driver's seat or the cockpit, it goes by really fast.
Yeah.
That's William Brown's moving up inside of the 73 to try to get a pass on Malarkey for the lead. And, man, these top four have been relatively close. Just Malarkey and William Brown kind of drove away a little bit from Manny and Allen, but those two are still battling it out back there for third.
Dixon's just putting the pressure on Manny right now. Just letting him know he's still there. Maybe try to make him make a mistake. But he knows that if he tries to go too wide with Manny, they're not going to catch the 73 and the 48. So he's not pressing the issue just yet. He's just trying to apply a little pressure and stay single file.
And at the same time, though, he is also just trying to run his line. So if his line takes him inside of Manny, it's going to be kind of one of those, darned if you do, darned if you don't kind of situations. Because, like, right now, he's up inside, side by side. They go down that back straightaway. But he's going to lose a little bit of run there. And, you definitely want to be on that outside to get that run, but man, once when you're kind of stuck into it and the car in front of you, you're just maybe a smidge faster, but not quite fast enough to get a pass. Man, that's when these guys are starting to really struggle a little bit.
Malarkey was still a pretty good gap on the 48. That Blue Angels machine, he's as fast as a F18 tonight.
Who's struggling is Pete Van Sprundle, but the Long Island guy, he's still out there. He got out of the pits just now, 7 laps down, still putting those laps down.
And you know what? His car doesn't look too terrible, to be honest. So I don't know what kind of condition he's dealing with in that car, but at least on the outside, it doesn't look too bad.
It's what's on the inside that really matters, Mr. Brown. I think we all know that.
Yeah, you got the engine, the steering column, all the brackets.
Right. And Derek Schimmels, he doesn't have a back deck or whatever. I guess he doesn't need it in the Angry Man Mountain Dew machine, number 96.
Yeah, appreciate you guys on Twitch and YouTube and Facebook for watching us, and look around at some of these car paints and stuff we got. If you're in the market for getting a car painted, please consider tonight's sponsor, Ram Designs. You can find them on Facebook. They just celebrated their 9th anniversary. They've been painting cars for years and years. So a lot of satisfied customers. Go in there and read the reviews on them, because you'll find nothing but happy people that are thrilled with their paints. They'll also design a custom logo for you. Go check them out, Ram Designs on Facebook. Thanks for sponsoring tonight's race.
So we watched the 10 of Matt Forns get around the 70 of Stephen McComas there, moving his way up into 8th in that Vitamin R Rainier car. Man, he really doesn't change his schemes that much. He changes the colors and the patterns a little bit, but
that man's brand loyal to some beer, though, isn't he? He loves his Rainier beer.
Can't blame him for that. You know, you like what you like.
Yeah. As I slip another red and gold can into my koozie. They're not paying me, so I'm not going to tell you what I'm drinking.
Yeah, I'll just guess what that is. Steve McComas hit the wall a little bit here. I think people are starting to drift a little bit. Lap 72.
Yeah. Even Manny is sliding up right next to the wall.
Yeah.
and we kind of do know this about Manny. He does. He has been working on saving tires, but he does typically wear those tires out rather quickly. And I mean, we saw him and Dixon and Brown and Malarkey all having a fight there for quite a few laps. So, you know, especially in terms of longevity, that's not going to help him in that long run. And he did kind of pit. He was, I wouldn't say one of the first, but he was definitely among the early pitters there that last go-around under green flag.
And Corey Wakefield, in a must-win situation tonight, went ahead and called it. He is out of the race. He is sitting back in his hauler, watching the rest of it unfold on the TV screen, unfortunately.
Well,
maybe we'll get him to do a little interview here after a while. Ask him, you know, it's not rocket science. The man's obviously very disappointed.
yeah, he's probably
You don't want to finish like that.
all the way, you know.
Yeah,
I
he's
mean,
gone.
I don't know who we can blame that on. I wouldn't want to point fingers at anyone.
Oh, no, we're not going to do that at all.
Well, I'd like to do that, actually. I mean, that's kind of what I do. It's my thing. But actually,
Stir shit.
unfortunately on that, I think he just himself lost a little bit of control of that car and drifted up, and yeah, ended his day.
Yeah, season's
Hemlock
over.
Grove Campground Machine. No, it's season's not over. Let's not do that. They can still run in the playoffs. They're just not going to win the championship.
Right.
So there's always something to improve on, and
We'll
hey,
see him next season too, man. Next season's
Right.
going to be a blast. His car counts are going to be higher. The schedule's going to be different from this season. If you got a small business or something, you want to help sponsor some races, get a hold of Tabor Mowry. Go on to Midwest Days of Thunder on Facebook. Shoot those guys a message. Tabor will work with you, and we'd love to see some new sponsors come in next season. But you got to act quick, because I think he's got most of the sponsors set for all the races next season.
yeah, I mean, if the price is right, Mr. English should be set in a chicken suit and put a cam on himself while he's doing the race too, if that's what y'all want.
You know what?
For the sponsorship. So
That'd be something else, would.
it would. Sorry, Brown, we're digressing again.
As fine as the 48 was able to slowly crawl his way back up to that back bumper of Justin Malarkey, and Manny Valdez as well has been slowly creeping his way back up into this little bit of a pack here. So people starting to kind of find their groove as their tires are leveling out and fading away rather quickly, as they're running a little over 2.5 seconds a lap slower than what they do on fresh tires.
Dixon's sitting a second and a half back, actually 1.6. Don't count the man out, though. He's being patient. I tell you what, if what are we at? Almost about to start lap 80. Look for another round of pit stops here starting pretty soon. As we looked at guys running 42, 43 laps or so is a window. Matt Fornes is in. Speak of the devil.
Yeah, it's coming for sure, and but Manny's just kind of hitting the wall, trying to keep on that high line.
But he's trying to Larson the hell out of this track and run as
he is.
close as he can to that wall because it's the fastest way around right now.
It's not fast when you keep hitting it, though.
Nah, he scraped it a little bit. Just kind of a Darlington-looking situation. The back end of the car scraping a little bit on the wall. Fornes has already got his 4 tires of fuel. He's already coming back out on the track. He's going to blend up right here. He'll be the first car 1 lap down if something happens. Actually, he'll be Pimpere now. Here comes Manny. He's come down pit road.
Fastest
It
chicken
has
in
to
the
be going.
south.
Chicken Man.
Oh, yeah. I definitely don't think he liked where he was in that car. Manny's very smooth, and he was definitely losing grip quickly.
Grumpy Gramp Racing saying on Facebook, I hope nobody causes any malarkey. Yeah, that's something a grumpy grandpa would say. Of course, a little play
That's,
on words.
The 48 of Brown coming on down pit road. So Alan Dixon sliding up into second. Taver Mowry now up into third until we kind of cycled these things around. So Taver, after losing some packets, he's been able to fight his way back up through this field slowly and surely.
Where's this fan club tonight? Or did they not show up? I mean, normally he has a good fan club. I think his grandmother.
I think she's watching. I think he's streaming from his cockpit. I think she may be watching that one. If she's not, maybe she'll chime in here. Yeah, you've heard of dad jokes. Grumpy Gramp Racing just made a grandpa joke, I guess, or a granddad joke. That's what we can call it. Corey Wakefield on Facebook. He's out of the infield care center, apparently. Appreciate the compliment, man. Let us know if you want to talk about the race. Brown, he could probably jump up in the podium finisher channel if he wants to be interviewed. I know
Whenever we're ready. Yeah, whenever we're ready, we'd like to talk to him. See what's going through his mind on that deal. Hey, that's up to you, Brown. We're just clicking laps off here.
As Taver has caught up to that back bumper of Alan Dixon. So that's going to be a race for second. And here comes Manny. He is a lap down, trying to get his lap back. So he's looking to get through these guys as quickly as possible. And it looks like these guys will kind of stick to that low line because that top line is the preferred line. So
absolutely.
Being a little bit of sportsmanship going on.
I love to see that, especially, this group of guys, they've been racing with each other for a long time. So, yeah, there's a lot of courtesy going on. Ooh, going 3 wide here.
Oh, boy.
Well, that was close.
As Taver trying to make the pass on Alan Dixon, he's able to get that done. So Taver Mowry currently up into second.
Tommy Stanley, thanks for watching us on Facebook. We appreciate you. He's pulling for the 5 of Taver Mowry tonight to go to victory lane. Thanks for watching, Tommy.
Oh, at least he's got somebody out there watching him.
Got somebody chiming in for him.
And
Schimmel's in.
So the other thing to watch too, right, is watch how many laps we have left, because as these guys come down, about because they as Malarkey pitted on 46, we're currently on lap 86, so that's 40 laps. So that they'll at least go 40 laps on a stint. So that puts them at 120-ish, 120, 125.
Ooh.
And that leaves a 25 lap, space to the end.
That's where we start fights.
And look, that's a perfect number, Alan, and I'll tell you why. If we get into the green-white checker situation, you're going to need that extra fuel. 125 or 125, 25 laps, you'll have plenty of fuel. Here comes the 5 of Tabor Maury. He's coming in.
Yeah, I'm looking at Derek Schimley. He looks like he put his car together with like a piece of paper. It's like origami. So bad.
It's origami.
I don't know how he's still out there. Wow. Well, good for him.
You ever see that thing at the county fair? You know, the car bash. You know, you pay $5 and you go get to hit a car with a sledgehammer a few times. It looks like the car just left the state fair.
Yeah, somebody
as the
paid
car
like
bash car.
$300 to beat the heck out of that thing.
Do that when I was in Boy Scouts when I was a little kid. Avery leaving his pit box, coming back out with 4 fresh ones and fuel. Dixon's up to second.
That he is, but the other thing we gotta watch out for is Manny is now back up into 5th. He's gotten his lap back.
Yes, sir.
And he is currently, I believe that's 28 seconds and gaining on the leader of Malarkey. So these leaders do need to pit at some point. I mean, the top 4 have not pitted quite yet.
Yeah, they're pushing it just a little bit farther. I mean, there is a chance that with guys with old tires and new tires on the track at the same time, we may get a caution. So they kind of got their fingers crossed, hoping to get a caution before they come in and try to pit under green. I mean, that's what I would be doing right now.
So the Mac and Cheese 22 works to get his lap back, which he will.
Yeah, it's his home track. He's the back end of his car says send nudes. That's pretty sweet. And nudes is in
noodles. Yeah.
That's what I was about to get to.
Sorry,
PG-13. He's coming up on one of the Nighting boys and coming up fast.
As we do have a race for position between 5th and 6th, William Brown and Manny Valdez. So these guys have completed their pit stops.
And he keeps hitting that wall, causing sparks. What's going on over there in Louisiana? Is everything okay?
Yeah, man, I just got the giggles for a second.
Okay, it happens. You know, astronauts, Florida, all that stuff is funny. Wow, they just got Pete Van Sprunel. Van Sprunel looked like he was just sitting still.
He's one of those guys. His last pit lap was lap 50, so he's feeling the older tires right now, and you know he still has some damage as well.
Yeah. I don't think they fixed all the damage that was on that 80 car after he pitted the first time. So
we got to
need some flex seal.
Also got a battle here for a top 10 spot between the 10 and the 8. John Neidick and Matt Forns. They've been a little flip-floppy on the positions here.
Yeah. Matt Forn's paint job is, I'm guessing Red Stick Mike Simone painted that thing because it's really, really nice. Got some good colors to it, some good chrome, and it's all about, you know, cancer awareness and beer. So I'm down for both of those.
Yeah, sure. Speaking of Red Stick Mike, he's sitting thinking to himself right now. He's thinking, man, no, I'm sitting in last place, me. He's sitting in the pits. Still working on that 27 machine. Golly, what crazy damage he had on that thing.
As William Brown and Manny Valdez now up to 4th and 5th as they get around Stephen McComas there.
So if you're Malarkey and
coming.
Dixon, how much longer you got? How much longer are you going to try to push it? I mean, in all honesty, you know, if they can push it really far here and pick up a yellow, they're going to have such fresher tires than these guys that are making tracks right now. Well, I guess at this point they'd probably all pit.
Well, not only that too, right? I mean, if you can stretch your stint out 50 plus laps, I mean, if they pit here on lap 100. They could make it to the end while these other guys still have to pit one more time.
Yep.
And one thing about Malarkey, he's got somebody in his ear that's a real-life human being.
Doing math for him.
They can do actual math and work, and really pay attention to a lot of the data points that are going on out there, and there is a lot of data points. If none of y'all know anything about iRacing, it's pretty technical. There's a lot of stuff going on. It's definitely a chess. It's not checkers. In a simulation, not a game.
Not a game. Yeah.
Right. I mean, I gotta let everybody know it's real.
Yeah, it's not a video game.
No.
All the dads in Texas know what a video game is. Tell their kids, get off that video game. Go outside and play.
Whip them with a cord when they're on a Commodore 64 playing Oregon Trail. That was pretty good, right?
That was a good one.
Yeah. Most of y'all don't even know what that is.
Looks like Michael Pimpere coming down pit road. Same thing with Pete Van Sprundle. So those two getting some fresh rubber.
Yeah, Pete needed it, man. He's a bunch of laps down, but there ain't no quit in that 80 car. He's
Same thing with Alan Dixon and Tony Fry. They're both coming down. So I believe that's just going to leave Joe Nidick and Justin Malarkey out there on the oldest sets of tires right now.
So now if you're Malarkey, you have to go. It's time to pit. You do not want to stay out there. Every lap you stay out there, you're going to lose 2 seconds.
Yeah.
To
not
the
only
here
that,
he comes.
you're risking it too. You're
Oh,
risking a caution. So, yeah, I think he's wise choice coming down.
Yep. So William Brown looks like he may inherit the lead. He was 18 seconds behind the leader or so. He should inherit the lead here, the 48 car.
And he will as he passes him right now. So the question is that difference of, man, it's going to be almost 20 laps. It's about 18 laps, difference between the pit laps. So we're just going to have to wait and see.
It's going to be incredible to watch. If we do get a caution, all of it's out the window because everybody's going to come. I don't know. We'll see. I hear cars hitting the wall. I don't know who it is. I just heard it about 3 or 4 times.
Well, it happens every lap, to be honest with you. You see sparks, and they're just tapping the wall, really. It's not crazy, but...
It makes
definitely
that
a black
sound,
streak.
though.
Yeah, the sound and the black streak on the green wall.
We're 2/3 of the way done here, Brown. What do you think about this race so far? It hadn't disappointed, I don't think.
No, definitely not. Especially for the end of the regular season. I mean, you could essentially put about 6 or 7 names into a hat, and the one you pull out might win. You've got that kind of chance going on. That's what's brewing. And I mean, we had early caution, which was all right, and then caution pretty much in the middle of the green flag pit stops, which kind of threw a little bit of a monkey wrench into things. And we've had people have their ups and downs, like unfortunately, like Corey Wakefield and Mike Simone. They've been having a little bit of a rough one going on, but same thing with Michael Buckley. He's the only way he's not gonna make it in is if Alan Dixon does Alan Dixon wins. So he's got to feel comfortable. He's just keeping that car nice and clean, running his race. But he's been running fairly solid, not really leaving that top 10 at all.
Dixon just took the 96 and the 10 of Matt Forn's 3 wide and never checked up. The 31, I think the switch has flipped. I think he just entered his seek and destroy mode here in that 31 Coke machine.
From Metallica. That's a great song.
Hey, there you go.
Go back and watch that pass there. As
he was hauling ass, boy.
He's now catching right on up to that back bumper of Tony Fry. Actually,
it's all or nothing, bud. You got to go.
When you got to go, you got to go.
Yeah, I'd drive it till the wheels fell off. I think this is the track where I drove it into 5% right front tire.
He's got some of the newest tires on the track now. He pitted at 97. Him and Fry did. And then McComas pitted at 98.
And we got to talk to him, so he's definitely got his mind set on what he's going to do, and he's going to stick with it.
Yep, you're damn right about that.
And I gotta wonder if. No, I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it because then it's gonna ruin everything. So I'm not gonna say it.
He did have
The curse, man, the curse.
earlier. But look, what about next week? We get into the playoffs next week. Chicagoland and North Wilkesboro. Man, what a challenge for these guys! Hey, you're in the playoffs. Okay, now you got to deal with this.
The playoffs are going to be great. It runs the gamut. We're going to have short tracks, mile and a halves, super speedways, road courses. Tracks. It's going to be great.
I'm going to rip it off real quick. So, playoffs set like this: Chicagoland, North Wilkesboro, Road America, Talladega, Charlotte, Richmond, and Kentucky. How about that?
Man, they really couldn't have set a better schedule for the playoffs, as you're going to get a little bit of everything. Yeah, it's going to be great, man. I'm excited for the Cup playoffs this year.
Yeah, and on that note, while we kind of have a little bit of a break in the action, we'll take a quick break for some station identification, and we'll return to this amazing race and a little bit of a game of Stratego going on here. So we'll definitely have to stay tuned, and we'll be right back.
Well, good afternoon, good evening, good morning. Once again, 2 series for us here, the Midwest Days of Thunder Cup Series. Well, good afternoon, good evening, good morning. Rockingham 150 brought to you by Jinx Shifters. Well, good afternoon, good evening, good morning. Jason over here, Signature Esports.
And sorry for that little bit of an extended break. Had to break out the chalkboard and my TI-84 and crunch the numbers. And man, I'm still confused over here as Justin Barkley, while we were away, having a fantastic pass on Manny Valdez. Let's see if we can't go and take another look at it. He was able to sneak up and run on through on that inside line. So I think Manny might be in a super saver mode here because he's been, I don't want to say dropping back, but slowly not really running his quickest laps here.
You can tell he's been practicing running that high line in preparation for this race. It just shows. He's been you can tell he's been running it a lot. He's not one of the guys that races in VR, so he doesn't have as much spatial awareness as the guys that are running in VR, but he's run enough practice laps. He knows right where that wall is, and he's putting that 72 chicken machine right there on it.
Yeah, I mean, if he's not in school frying chicken, if he's not doing those two things, he's running laps. So he's got a plan. I think he's gonna do something sneaky here at the end. But man, this thing's been, pretty dang good race. Of course, these guys are always clean, so for the most part.
Yeah, I mean,
a little bust up now and then, but
apart from those two cautions, which I mean, for the most part, at least, one of them was just a self-induced turn 4.
Tim Perry just got in the wall. He was looking to the outside of Manny, had a big run. Manny there wasn't really room between Manny and the wall, and the 21 kind of got up into it.
As man, he's really not happy. He's kind of stuck behind Michael Buckley right now, and he's just wanting to get around him, but he's not willing to use that inside line.
He knows that if he does even a lap or two on that inside line, he's going to fry them right side tires. So Manny is very, very diligent in sticking to this highline only strategy.
What about Matt Forens? Yeah, I guess he just called it a day. Was he too? Oh, we got turned there.
Oh, yeah, the 26 goes around, and he's back up onto the track.
This is a caution for sure. Maybe not.
Oh, wow. Yeah, Manny hit Buckley, and
26 is not happy with that.
No, that's anger. Let's bring it. I want to see what happens here, because that might have been uncalled for.
Well, like you said, the 72, I think, was frustrated that he wasn't able to pass, and we may have to go look at that again and see. Nothing from Manny on the radio, though. I'm listening to the radio. I don't hear anything.
So let's go back and do a little bit of a look at it.
William Brown just pitted from the lead, so
trying to get a good camera angle on this, because it actually, I think Manny snuck up into that inside.
He dumped him.
Well, it obviously looks that way to me, and maybe to you.
It kind of does. It kind of does. So we'll ask you to grab your riot shield out of the out of storage there.
Find it. It's somewhere in the garage. But yeah, man, I'm down for it. Let's do it.
And yeah, here comes Manny down pit road. Same thing with Justin Barkley. So Taver Mowry inheriting the lead here. He's got a 3-second gap over Justin Malarkey. Justin Malarkey does have 11 lap fresher tires, and same thing with Tony Fry. He's got quite a few lap fresher tires as well. So we're starting to kind of see this thing tick away as we're on lap 118 of 150.
Yeah, and I think y'all were predicting 125, so we're close.
And
we're super close.
Here comes Taver.
Well, Taver got to be in front for a minute for his fans that are watching.
Well, the fans have anything to say about that little action we just saw?
Not just yet.
I'd like to hear what they had to say about that. But
all y'all that are watching on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube, y'all got comments about the race or questions or predictions? Let us know. We'll read them on the air, and as always, we appreciate all y'all watching.
As Manny coming out right behind the 73 of Malarkey, so he's going to be able to get his lap back right away. The question is he going to have enough tires to get a whole another lap back around? Because I got a feeling Justin Malarkey and Alan Dixon, same thing with Tony Fry. I think all those guys can make it till the end.
Yeah, Manny's just going to have a lot better tires. We'll see what we'll see if it makes much of a difference. I mean, you're talking about 2 seconds a lap difference. Man, there might be enough laps left to make that difference. We'll have to see here.
Well, let's look into the future with our little eyes.
Yeah.
Michael Buckley is on the he's on the cut line.
Yeah.
All he has to do really is finish and not have a couple guys win. So, and he's going to be in. But Manny dumped him. What do you think what's going to happen here as we move along in the playoffs? I don't think they're going to forget that little incident.
No, Buckley is definitely not going to forget that, nor should he. He's going to, the 72 needs to watch his mirror for the playoffs that are starting up here next week. So, yeah, that's about all we could say about it at this point. But, yeah, the 72 is going to be looking over his shoulder. It wasn't like that season we saw Manny and another driver in the championship race, and
Davey Hendricks.
Oh, you're gonna say it?
Yeah, I'll say
it. Davey, that was the last race of the season, so there's really nothing Davey could have done. But talking with him recently, Dave's got a long memory too. He ain't forgot about it.
Well, anybody that drives one of these has a memory, so.
And, Manny's come a long way, and he's matured a lot as a driver, but seeing what happened with the 26 there, I hope that was an accident. I hope he didn't do it intentionally, but, it did not turn out well there for Buckley. He's still getting that car worked on. Hopefully he's able to get out and turn a few more laps. And look at old Dixon. Still sitting back up in third again. He needs a win.
Yeah, up in third again, but he also has William Brown, who did come down to pit road that last recent time, so he's got really fresh tires, and he is chasing them down quick.
Very good point, sir. But Dixon's the last chance for an upset to knock Buckley out. So, Buckley's sitting there thinking, man, I hope somebody block old Dixon up.
Well, he's probably still beating his steering wheel at this point.
He may be.
But yeah. And, man, I wouldn't count Dixon out. This guy, we talked to him. He's definitely got a plan. It's a secret plan. We don't know what his plan is. Yeah. We're not mind readers or anything, but whatever he's doing is working. I know he's probably on 10-lap older tires at this point, but if he pits and there's a caution or something, it could work out in his favor. So,
yeah, I don't have any gypsy relatives or anything that can give me any kind of insight. But
I got a phone number we could call if we need one.
Is it Miss Cleo? Remember that one?
Yeah.
Jamaican lady down there?
Yeah, no, she's not a real gypsy. I got to call Romania for those. Sorry, we're getting off topic.
Yeah. But Corey Wakefield, he's one of those guys that needed a win, and unfortunately his night ended early. But Dixon's still holding out. He's far behind us. 7-8 seconds.
He is 15. He's actually lap by lap running just a little bit better than Malarkey, so he's closing in on the lead.
Oh, wow.
The problem is William Brown is catching him faster than he's catching Malarkey.
Well, we heard from Dixon. He's going to do what he has to do to win this thing, and if that means sending the 48 of William Brown up the fence, I mean, he's got to do it. Brown's already locked in anyway, so I don't think Dixon will have any qualms about squashing the 48's chances tonight. Look at 48 passing the 80 there, like he's standing still.
And actually, unfortunately for the 48, probably due to work or real life circumstances, he wasn't able to meet the minimum requirements to make the playoffs. So even with the wins, he's unfortunately not going to be racing for a championship this season.
Oh, man, that just kind of hurt right there. That hurt my feelings. Well, there's rules put in place, and there's a reason for everything. And it doesn't matter. He's going to have a good season regardless. really good race car driver, and he's at the top echelon of this league, that's for sure.
As he drives around the 31 pretty easily there, and that's that difference in those tires.
Isaac Degner talking about his team affiliations. He says, I can't really express my opinion on here due to my bias. And Adam S. saying on YouTube, saying, yeah, it looks like he just straight dumped him.
Yeah, I agree with Adam S., Mr. Unmasked.
Yeah. Hey, we're gonna see old Stromer here in a couple weeks when we go race some go-karts. That's gonna be fun. I've never raced with him before.
Adam Smith, yes, we are. I'm glad he's watching and commenting. Good for. I'm having it's his birthday weekend,
His birthday was yesterday. Yeah.
Yeah, it's his birthday weekend. Got to have some fun.
Tommy Stanley also saying Manny looked like he let his frustration get the best of him on that. That's kind of what it looked like from the booth, Tommy. And Matt Thorne saying screen black and came right back as I smacked the inside wall. Super fun. Yeah, he's having some problems there. 9
laps down. Yeah, his day's over. Well, okay, so I think the fans are kind of seeing what we saw. So sometimes it's good to get a different perspective. We get kind of involved and think we know what we're looking at, but sometimes we really don't. So
sometimes it takes that looking back at a race later and maybe seeing it from a different point of view, seeing it from a cockpit view. Like the spotter situation we had earlier in the race. If we wouldn't have had the ability to go back and look at that, we may have thought that there may have been some intention there, but there obviously wasn't.
As the 22 of Justin Barkley, man, can't give this guy enough credit because he's had a heck of a run here today. He made it back around Alan Dixon to move up into 4th, and he's slowly gaining on time to Tony Fry. Same thing with William Brown. So these guys, they're all still running for hopefully maybe up into a top 3. Manny Valdez, with that little bit of an incident, he's been kind of losing time as we go around here. So he might actually have some damage on that machine.
Well, it wasn't a perfect pit maneuver, I would say. I mean, he probably incurred a little bit of damage. You do a pit maneuver, you're not supposed to have any damage. So the fastest chicken in the South's having a little issue, but what about Mr. Macaroni and Cheese? That he's having a heck of a run.
That he is, as William Brown's looking to make a pass on the outside of the 64 of Tony Fry, and this is going to be for 2nd. And then he's just got nothing but open air between him and Justin Malarkey, but that air is also like 9.5 seconds of gap.
This is kind of in a spot here now. I mean, he's got guys with fresher tires ahead of him now, but I mean, he really can't change his strategy up unless he gets a caution or something here.
Yeah, if you're...
I don't know what he's going to be able to do. It looks like it's just slipping through his fingers.
Yeah, I got 15 laps to go here, and by the looks of it, he does definitely need a caution. I mean, nonetheless, man, you got to applaud the effort of the underdog here, because I mean, he knew what he had to do, and he tried his best, and sometimes, the best just doesn't quite get you there.
Yeah, well, you're a bookie, and we talk about this every once in a while. Do you think that was his gambling move? He just said, you know what? That's my strategy. I'm going to wait for that last caution to come out, then hammer down. And, I'm guessing that could have been, his strategy. Not quite sure.
Isaac Degner posted on YouTube that it's my birthday today, and I'm spending it traveling to another state for work.
Well, happy birthday.
Well, happy birthday, Isaac. We appreciate you watching. sorry you had to work and couldn't race tonight. But thanks to Isaac Degner for watching us on YouTube tonight.
So it looks like it's the 24 Joe Nidick coming down one more time to, I don't know, get some fresh rubber or something. With 12 laps to go, the gap between the leader and second place just under 8 seconds. So as these laps do kind of tick away, it's, man, I think it's going to come down to just about that very last lap.
Yeah, it may. Man, this race has exceeded my expectations. 22 looking inside of the 70. 22's on a rail right now. He is moving.
And well, because he knows he's up into third right now, and he is actually catching up to William Brown a little bit.
He's going to be faster than Malarkey, too, if he can get up there to him. Man, look. So, I don't like doing this, but if I had to pick a guy to win, it just might be the 22. Mac and Cheese Man himself, Justin Martin.
He looks comfortable out there. That's his home track. That's his home track, Florida man.
He's hauling ass.
Yeah, he is, and he's very smooth tonight. I guess he's not hungry. I'm not sure.
But I'm sure he'll.
We'll get to hopefully talk to him. Get a podium, see what his mindset was. But yeah, he's got a really good car tonight.
Someone who's been having a little bit of a struggle bus, but you know, still sitting in that top 10. We got the 8 of John Nidick. We saw him. You know, he started up there in third, but unfortunately for him, just I think the long runs have gotten to him a little bit and has slowly kind of faded away, but still sitting there currently in ninth, so not a too terrible night for him.
The great thing about Johnny Nidick right now is that he's got the newest tires out there on the lead lap. So don't count him out to maybe come up here and maybe steal the top 5. He's making some great times right now.
Are you talking about Joe or John?
John Nidick Jr.
Oh, well. Joe pitted on 136. John pitted on 121.
I mean, on the lead lap. Joe is one lap.
Well, he can unlap himself. He's like Bill Elliott out there.
Well, John is also 1 lap down.
Well,
okay, my bad.
It gets confusing. You know, there's computers involved. I mean, we're not launching a space shuttle or anything. There's a lot of computer stuff you got going on, Brown. I don't know how you do it.
Well, I do. What I do know is the gap is now 5 seconds and closing, and we got 7 laps to go.
Tommy Stanley's saying, what's the time difference between the 48 and the 22? Well, the last lap, it's about a 10th.
Yeah, if you use your eyeballs, I'm watching.
Barkley is a
on
10th faster.
He's trying to get that inside line on him, and Brown's holding high. But he nose to nose right there.
Nose to nose across the line. Looks like Barkley might just almost have it, and he does.
Yeah, so what's his move now? Just to stay high or block? I don't know.
What I would run whatever line it's gotten you up to this point so far, because now the gap is under 5 seconds with 6 laps to go.
Wow.
Some have some trouble here. There we go. All right, hopefully I'm still here.
Oh, we got you.
Okay, cool.
As you can kind of see the lap differential here between your first and second place sitter right now.
Manny coming right up on Tavor's back door here.
Well, he better not dump the owner of this league. That could be a big problem.
It looked like he kind of tried to fake him out and went low and then high and then. Oh,
Who
no!
went down there?
It's Tony Fry.
I thought it was. Tony Fry slid right into the pit road, didn't he?
Sideways. He was 90 degrees to the damn wall right there when he came in and he smacked the wall. Yeah, Tony Fry lost control. We mentioned it before during practice. This is before we went live. This pit road is hard to get onto under green flag conditions. Especially if you've got old worn out tires. Tony Fry got sideways and man, he found out tonight.
It's too late for him, Brown. We only have a couple laps left, don't we?
That we do. We have 3 laps to go, and the gap back to second is 3 seconds. So Justin Barkley needs to find that NOS button and get up here quick.
They're gonna tech that car. Tommy Stanley, saying this is gonna be a great finish on last lap. Yes, sir. We agree. Thanks for watching, bud.
Yeah, and
Come
how
on,
much?
Barkley.
And how much does that have to do with Malarkey having a real life spotter? You know what
he's a hell of a driver anyway.
No, I agree. He can drive his tail off. But
It helps. It really does. It takes stuff off of your mind that you would normally have to be thinking about and calculating and all that. It takes all that away. All you got to do is you got wheel and pedals. You know.
yeah. Barkley's running in lap traffic. It's not going to help him out here in this situation.
No,
He's
it
dealing with
will
impaired.
not, as we are on that white flag lap through turns 1 and 2 and onto that back straightaway for the final time. Justin Malarkey having a comfortable 2-second lead. He's just got to get through turns 3 and 4 here, and he will find himself in victory lane once again. Coming down through the exit and down across the line. Justin Malarkey picking up the win here in the final race of the regular season, kind of cementing his regular season win here. For until the playoffs start.
So congrats to Michael Buckley. You're in, bud. You're 36 laps down, but you're still in. Unfortunately, Corey Wakefield and Alan Dixon ran a hell of a race. Fell back a little bit there. Just a little difference in tires. And finishes 6th. So great run for Dixon there, but just couldn't get there.
Well, and Tabor almost got him a podium, didn't he?
Damn near did.
Really, really good race. As you know, this kind of pushes us into the playoffs. So fun race, man, and I can't wait for next week for sure.
Chicagoland, is that what you said?
Yep.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun to watch. It's always a good one. The 21 up in pair smashing Derek Schimmel in the door there after.
Was that anger or fun? I don't know.
That might have been playful.
Oh, yeah, playful. That's sometimes fun too.
Grumpy Grant Racing on Facebook saying, "What a bunch of malarkey." Yes, sir.
Yeah.
That is
exactly what we saw tonight.
That it was. I wonder if he was ran out of fuel, because it looks like he's not out there doing any donuts or anything.
Well, he's got that we mentioned it before, real life spotter / crew chief. So he probably had it calculated down to the lap and might have left him a little short. I'm not really sure there. So I'm getting a message from our league owner. He's saying, pull up the regular season team champs.
Yep,
After
we'll
driver interviews. So.
we'll grab them after the drivers. This one.
Yes, sir.
Everyone jumps on up here into the Podium Finishers channel. I can understand taking a minute here and catching their breath, because man,
There's Malarkey there.
that was a long run. So yeah, let's go ahead and just start it right on off with our race winner and season winner, regular season anyway, Mr. Justin Malarkey. Now, Justin, did you run out of fuel? You can't go do burnouts?
Yeah. Yeah.
Good call, Brown.
Well, man. Though still, you deserve that win. You drove the wheels off of that thing. I mean, probably quite literally. I couldn't imagine what those tires were feeling like coming down that stretch. I mean, it looked like we had a few different strategies going on there, and they were trying to catch you up there at the end. But man, you just had just enough there at the end, and were able to pull away with a win.
Yeah, we started trying to save fuel. I'm usually, if you remember back to Chicago, I usually am pretty good on saving fuel, but it was nerve-wracking because that caution, when that came out, it put right in the window. I'm like, oh, this is going to be so close. And the first run, I couldn't get that extra lap. I was going to run out if I did an extra lap, and I needed that lap when I pit with 51 to go on lap 99. I really wanted to get to 100. But, yeah, it was stressful for sure. But I was more worried about them coming with the tires. I was trying to go one lap hard, one lap saving, one lap hard, because I was worried they were going to run me down on tires.
Yeah, Justin Barkley sure made an effort at trying to run you down, but he did run into quite a bit of lap traffic.
Yeah.
Was lap traffic something that you had to deal with a whole lot tonight, or not really?
Well, I try and plan when I'm out there. I try and think, if I see the lap traffic, I try and get into pits earlier if I feel like it's going to affect me versus staying out. But I mean, sometimes you can't do anything if you're already pit. Yeah, I mean, I didn't see too much of it, luckily. I think the strategy I was on the back straightaway when a lot of people were on the front straightaway. I kind of was in clean air for a while, which was nice.
How much of how help do you have up there in the spotter's box? Is that helping you out? Do you think that gives you some kind of advantage?
Steven and I and Isaac, we pretty much come up with, like, before the race, we kind of try and work it backwards, and we Isaac's up there helping Steven and I. It's definitely nice. It's a little weird because I'm used to the spotter on the iRacing, clear outside, clear inside, and sometimes the letters flash up. And him and I will get to talking about other stuff, and I know I drive him crazy when I am on the outside there, and we were 3 wide. He was about to have a heart attack, the poor guy. But yeah, I mean, he did great. I mean, he was counting me down on the laps. Usually, what I have to do is I have to put the fuel thing up there and watch it, and I just was driving, and it was nice.
I'm sure you're glad that you didn't get a green white checker come out, because that just would have killed you.
Yeah. Yeah, in the beginning of the race, as you know, it usually takes me a couple laps to get going there, so I really wasn't looking forward to a green-white checker. In fact, I almost spun out on turn 1 of the first lap. The car was so loose. It took about 20 laps for this car to tighten up, but then it felt pretty good.
Well, man, getting a win here at the end of the regular season's definitely got to feel good, because, man, you're going to be carrying a whole bunch of extra points with you into the playoffs, which is definitely going to help you out. And man, we wish you nothing but the best of luck, and who knows, we might see you in that Final Four, and hopefully, at that top of the leaderboard.
I'm actually nervous as anything for the 2 races in the playoffs for round 1. Talladega's unpredictable as anything, and Road America, that's 4.5 miles of I don't even know where to turn half the time. That's a track with 18 turns.
With you there for sure.
Yeah, sorry, I was replying to something there, but again, congratulations there, Justin, and yeah, man, we look forward to seeing what you can do. I mean, we already know, we looked at your stats earlier on, and I mean, you dang near
video game stats, man.
Video game stats is what you got there, and
whoa. You can't say video game. The iRacing crew will come after you.
Thank you. It's a simulation.
It's a simulation.
The Facebook company are coming after you right now.
Right, but no, you're treating it like one of the Madden games from the old days. You're killing it. So good job.
The good Madden days. They were the best. NCAA College 2003. Exactly. Oh, that was so good.
Yeah, exactly. Congrats, dude.
Yeah. We'll talk to you.
Do your shout outs.
Give a shout out. If I don't say shout out to my sister Jamie, she's gonna flip out because she's been telling me I got to talk to her. So I'll give her a shout out, and thanks to Isaac and Steven again for helping call a nice race. And my brother's at his kids' football game, so hopefully they won. I'll go find out. And my parents should be tuning in now because they're probably getting home from the game. So thanks for everything you guys do.
Awesome.
We'll see you.
Wow, we got some updated stats too. So
that
we'll
we do.
Sure, go ahead and go with it, Brown. But it looks like finalized.
And that it is finalized, and we'll move down the leaderboard. Get the 22 mac and cheese. Justin Barkley, man, you were trying your hardest to run down Justin there at the end. Just had a little bit of too much time to make up. But man, I tell you, once when you switch back to that mac and cheese paint, you've done a lot better.
Yeah.
Is this thing on?
Yeah, is he? He's probably wrestling one of them swamp bears or something down there. He might have had one in the yard. Not sure, but we know he had a good race. Man, I really want to talk to him too.
Yeah, the Ocala native. He had a great run there towards the end, and I bet if he wouldn't have hit as much lap traffic as he did, we might have been talking to him in Victory Lane instead of Mr. Justin Malarkey. But yeah, Barkley had one hell of a run in that 22 mac and cheese machine, and hopefully we can get these technical problems sorted out.
Yes, I do.
If not, well, we know that William Brown is sitting in the podium.
Yeah, so while Justin kind of figures that out a little bit, let's go talk to Mr. William Brown, who had a heck of a run on his own, but kind of the same thing as Justin, just didn't have enough time to run down Malarkey. And man, it looked like it between you, Malarkey, Manny, Dixon, Barkley. I mean, how many names could I throw up there that could have won this race by the look of it about midway?
Oh, you've listed just about all of them. I think it could have been a toss-up, especially if a caution would have came out. It would have definitely have mixed things up and made things a lot more exciting for the viewers. You hit the nail on the head. It was a battle. We had a lot of competition early on in the race when we were all together. I just want to say you can give props to Barkley for getting that run and getting back around me there in that last run, and for Malarkey for somehow figuring out how to stretch the fuel out long enough for him to make it to the end on one less stop. That was impressive.
Yeah, it was almost like a jump ball in basketball with, 5 or 6 guys trying to grab it, and man, it was not disappointing. We saw a lot of repeat crossover moves and a lot of excitement up front. You guys put on one heck of a show. Congrats on P3. We already knew you were locked in. We did have a couple of drivers that were trying to win their way into the playoffs, but we sure enjoyed watching you during the regular season. And what are you looking forward to for Chicagoland? I know that's kind of a one-off track. It's a little bit different than everything. It's kind of like here. It's a little bit different than anything else on the schedule. What are you looking at for next week?
Oh man, yeah, Chicago is a little more. You wouldn't think it's a unique track, but it's a unique track. It's kind of hard to say what I'm looking for, really. But we ran the Xfinity Series there not too long ago, and I had a good showing there. I managed to pull off a win, so. Yeah, I'm just going to go out there, run, see how it goes, and hope to get a win.
Congrats on the P3, bud.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, man, that was like every week we see you up there. Congratulations. You have anybody you want to shout out to or say hello to as we wind this thing down?
Sure. I just want to say thank you guys broadcasting this every single week. We all appreciate what you guys do for us in the league. And everybody who watches. I want to do a shout out to my entire team at Latte. You got Taylor Mowry, Joe Neidick, Michelob can't do it without them. The teamwork is immense, and the support is immense. And I'm just happy to say that I had a P3 finish this week, and I did not spin out on a late restart like I did last week. So I'm happy with my finish this week. I'm appreciative, and just want everybody to have a good night.
Adam, he's a tough Ohio boy, so
You got to watch out for
yeah,
those guys.
you gotta watch out for them guys.
Latte Motorsports boys. Hey.
We got a team full of them.
Yeah, I know.
Watch out.
We are.
That's
Good
why we
job.
get along so well.
I see that. They're gonna fight everybody else though. In the
They'll
meantime,
come down. They'll come
Yeah,
down.
they're- no.
But
they're good guys, man. Awesome, a great team. And speaking of teams, I think we're gonna do some team stuff here.
Yeah, so we're actually going to have you stick around here for just a second as we pull up some of the rest of your team members here. We're going to have the number 24 of Joe. If I can actually see what I'm trying to look at, as well as Mr. Taver Mowry, your regular season team winners, Latte Motorsports. It's official. It's in the books. You guys were able to beat out both Bash Bros and Angry Idiots as it came kind of down to it. And man, all that says is that y'all have ran consistent week in, week out, and have had guys finishing just about, top 10, top 5 every single week. So, I mean, that's a heck of an accomplishment, you guys.
Yeah, I mean, we've had our rough stretches. We started off really strong, really, really strong actually, and we kind of hit a dry spell in the middle of the season, but we still really did honestly really good. And we've had things come up that sidelined us from racing, but still we put together good finishes. We put together really good finishes. We put together good races. Sometimes it doesn't work in our favor. Last week at Dover, just kind of track state things. Me and William were literally running second and third, but couldn't piece it together. But we've been really hitting our stride. So it's been a lot of fun.
How important is consistency? Because you got guys like the 48 who are so consistent week in, week out. He's always up there, and it seems like we're always talking to the 48 car in victory lane. Is consistency pretty much the most important thing? I mean, you can win your way in and on a fluke on a super speedway or something, but consistency is going to help you throughout the playoffs with the different varieties of tracks that we're running. Short tracks, mile and a halves, road courses. Is consistency like the number one thing you're looking for when you want to maybe pick up another driver?
Yeah, so we have another spot open. We lost Lance Hill earlier in the season, but honestly, it's not even the consistency thing. It's just a team aspect. I mean, we honestly have a really good team. The funny part about it is that me, Joey, and William are all 45 minutes away from each other, and we don't even know it. So we're all Ohio boys. It's more about what are you going to bring to the team. We really work with each other to see what's working, what's not working. Michelob does a hell of a job in the crew chief stand, telling us what's going on, who's in front of us, what they're doing. For example, tonight. I don't know if you guys noticed, but I was really running the high line all night for about 25 laps, and then I was diving it down to the bottom, and it was really working for me. And that's something that Michelob, we worked on in practice this week, and that's something that Michelob kind of reminded me of. And Michelob can kind of comment a little bit more on that if he wants.
Yeah, how about you, Michelob? The team, you're not just the team crew chief, you're the team cheerleader. I think you're kind of like the heart and soul of this deal at Latte. Talk a little bit about this season and how you coach these guys through, like Taver mentioned tonight about maybe changing it up a little bit, trying something new.
I have to give it to these guys, man. These are the ones. These are some of the best drivers in the world. I mean, I talk to them a lot and tell them what they need to do, but these guys are the ones that are performing and just ripping it out every week.
So when you're talking to them during practices and stuff, can you set up cones so they can see where you're standing and what you got going on? Is that why they're running so well, Michelob?
Yeah, you're exactly right, brother. I will set up a lane closure and tell them to take this line, take that line, whether they need to go high or go low. Yeah, you're exactly right with the cones.
I thought so. Hey man, y'all are number one. So
Yeah. And my bad, Adam.
no, go ahead.
Yeah, and I just want to comment on another thing too. Is like a lot of people want the fast guys. A lot of people want the guys that are up front every week. But I want the people that are gonna fight through adversity and finish 3, 4. Like tonight, for example, my computer threw some packets. I lost some packets. I needed to fix them up. Had to miss the start. My teammates I kind of got a little riled up about it. Was kind of mad. Teammates brought me back down, and we brought the 5-car home in the 4th spot tonight. So it's awesome. Love this team.
Attitude is a huge deal. I know for car owners when they're looking for guys to move up. Y'all are looking at the lower series. Y'all are looking at Xfinity, wondering who y'all are going to pull up. And attitude, I think, has a lot to do with it. Can you spill the beans a little bit? Are y'all looking at anybody in particular in Xfinity to pull up to Latte, or do you not want to spill that at this point?
We do have the seat already filled, but I'm not coming out with that.
Yeah, we'll hear a surprise later on. All right. Well, thanks for the info.
Yeah, I just want to backpedal for just a second. I do want to say Michelob brings so much to the team. He's always kind of bring us back down to earth, our rock kind of person. In that middle of that race, he's telling us what other people are doing, like he says, but he's also letting us know when we need to calm down and maybe refocus a little bit because we're getting a little excited or a little hot-headed. I can't say enough about the support that he brings to this team and how he holds us together.
All right, boys. Well, again, congratulations picking up that regular season team championship. We look forward to seeing what y'all can do for the remainder of what is left in this season, which is the playoffs. And man, I wish you guys nothing but best luck, and we'll see you on the next one.
Thank you very much, guys.
You guys are the bomb. Appreciate you.
Yeah, appreciate you, AAA.
Thanks, boys.
Alrighty, and I think that will do it for the interviews. I don't know if Justin wanted to.
I think Mr. Mac and Cheese Man went to go fire up the microwave and some Kraft. Well, he's still in pit road.
You don't have to.
We can pull him in.
Well, I don't think he's ready.
Okay.
Kraft takes a couple minutes.
Yeah, and for that you might be right. So you know what? Let's tell you where everybody finished in this one, as we had some pretty crazy pit cycling going on here today, and Justin Malarkey picking up the win and the regular season championship here, and moving on into that playoff for the overall championship. You got Justin Barkley having a heck of a run, up 6 positions. To finish here in second. Great run from Mr. Mac and Cheese. William Brown, another great run from him, able to pull off a podium top 3 finish. You got Taver Mowry having a nice battle back from adversity. A little help from cautions, but still, he drove a heck of a race to come out up in 4th. Manny Valdez kind of slowly faded off at the end there, and still managed a solid top 5, though. Alan Dixon, unfortunately for him, not getting the win and not moving on to the playoffs. Still put in his best effort, and got to give that guy credit for some heart in the finishing here in 6th. You got John Neidick in the 8th, finishing in 7th, with Tony Fry finishing 8th. You've got Stephen McComas coming in 9th, and then your hard charger of the race, sticking it out with a paper mache car. Derek Schimmel rounding out that top 10.
21 of Michael Pimpero finishing 11th tonight. 3 laps down. Joey Neidick in the 24, finishing 12th. The 80 of Sneaky Pete Van Sprundle, 17 laps down, had a lot of damage early, finishing 13th. The 26 of Michael Buckley, he might be 14th, 36 laps down, but I tell you what, he's locked into the playoffs now. So congrats to you, Michael. Looking forward to seeing you next week at Chicagoland. You're in the playoffs, bud. Congratulations. 10 of Matt Forns. Man, Matt had some problems. A loose condition early that caused him some damage, hitting the wall, going for a ride a couple times, and then I think he had a connection issue. So the 10 of Matt Forns will be 45 laps down, finishing in 15th. 16 of Corey Wakefield. He was one of those must-win guys that we were talking about pre-race. Had some issues and basically, tore his car up and ended up 16th. Sorry for him, man. I would have liked to have seen him make the playoffs as well, but it just didn't work out. Red Stick Mike Simone. We saw that huge hit he had earlier in the race, smacking that inside wall and pretty much removing all the sheet metal from the front 40% of that vehicle. He'll finish in 17th, dead last tonight, 106 laps down.
And boy, oh boy, there's a song that comes to mind, and oh, what a night. As this thing wraps up here from Miami Homestead, we thank you all for tuning in, engaging, watching, and cheering on these folks as they go around here for the end of the regular season before the playoffs next week. So you guys definitely want to return for that one. Big shout out once again to Ram Designs. Thank you for sponsoring this race. I think you guys chose a great one to sponsor, as these guys put on a heck of a show. So go check out Ram Designs for some great cars and banners and all that kind of stuff. Everybody's a happy customer over there, and definitely go check them out and support the people that support us. That's always what we'd like and love to see.
Amen.
We hope you all have a fantastic Columbus Day weekend, and we look forward to seeing you all again on Monday with Xfinity going to Hot Atlanta. I think this is going to be that last time that we're going to be racing at the old texture, as they are repaving Atlanta, and so we're going to be in store for some tire-eating action on Monday. But until then, I'm Alan Brown for Alan English and Adam Turner. We are signing off.
We gone.
Yeah.